everybody. So one thing I just wanted to say just before we start this video is that I wanted to talk about a new app, and so this is definitely not sponsored by them or anything, but recently since I started a YouTube channel I've kind of had trouble earning money because I don't have like a job or anything. So I've had trouble earning money, and so actually another YouTuber recommended this to me, and it is called this app called Feature Points, which is so awesome. Like I said, it's not sponsored by them or anything, but basically all you do is you download the app, and it's not a scam, it's completely safe. I've done it before, and all you do is download apps, use them for like, it says 2 minutes, but honestly in my experience it's been like 30 seconds. Literally just can play the app or use the app for a little bit of time, and then it will give you coins. And so then you can use the coins to actually get like real gift cards, which is super awesome. So there's Amazon, there's Starbucks, you can get like Pokemon Go points or something like that if you guys are into Pokemon. You can get into PayPal, all this different stuff. And you can also get paid apps using your coins if you want to use the money towards that. But there are so many different options, and I was kind of skeptical at first, but it's definitely super awesome. And also if you use my code, you will get like 50 coins I think to start out. So if you use my code, I'll link it in the description box and have like a little bit about it. But if you link it, or if you use my code, then you will get extra coins to start off, which is super awesome. And there are also other things you can do. You can take like surveys and stuff, but it's mostly just downloading apps, and so it's super awesome, and it's definitely a great way just to kind of earn a little bit of extra income, and I just definitely recommend it and try it out. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my first ever vlog, and so this is going to be babysitting tips and tricks vlog edition because I am actually babysitting today. It's only one of my cousins, but nevertheless I am babysitting, and so I decided just to sort of take you through the couple hours that I'm going to be babysitting and just sort of give you tips and tricks, because my first babysitting video was actually pretty popular, which really surprised me because it was more just like a spur of the moment video that I did with my cousins. And so I'm super glad you liked it, so I decided to do sort of like a part 2 or like another babysitting edition type thing. So if you like it, just let me know and I'll do more babysitting videos. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get started. First thing I would say is just it's always good to go outside because I feel like it just helps them get tired. And so if you have the option, if it's a nice day, then I would definitely recommend going outside because it gets them tired. If they're kids that through the ages that like they take naps, then it's even better. And it's just, so I have her go outside, and there is a playground in their backyard and like a little pool area, swimming pool that she can swim in. And so there's just so many different activities that you can do outside. And so when she takes her nap after lunch, then she's tired and she will just fall right asleep, and that gives you time to kind of relax. But once I put her down for her nap, I will talk about what I would recommend doing while they are napping. So another thing that goes along with being outside is not being on a ton of technology. So usually I'll let her have like a little time to either watch a show or to like play on my computer or my phone or whatever, iPad, whatever device for maybe a half an hour or so, or 10 minutes depending on how long the whole entire thing is. So I'm definitely not pushing technology. If you don't do it at all, that's great. But I feel like sometimes it's nice because they can be a little bit cranky when they wake up from their nap. From my experience, this is sort of made for younger kids, but they can be a little cranky when they wake up. Sometimes it's nice to just put on a show. You can finish what you're doing or make lunch or make whatever you need to, and then you have time. But I definitely wouldn't just give them the remote and have them sit in front of the TV for forever, because it's just not a great way and you're not really interacting. And so the parents could literally just leave their kids, and when they're watching they don't really like communicate. So we are still outside, so this is like half a vlog, half like a video. But basically this is a few things that I would just say is that definitely don't invite any friends over or any other people over, or really don't do anything that really leaves the yard or has anyone coming into the yard unless you have permission from the parents. So that means like no inviting any friends, or not like leaving and going to like for a walk or something like that if you don't have permission. And if you babysit often and you usually take them for a walk, then that's totally fine. But I would just recommend just asking, just to make sure that it's like a good neighborhood, a safe neighborhood. There's a park nearby, there are sidewalks, stuff like that. So the next thing I would make sure is just to make sure to ask if they have any allergies, because if it's your first time babysitting or your 5th time babysitting and you just haven't like had them during a mealtime, then it's hard to know what they're allergic to. And so you just always want to double check, and you always want to have parents' phone numbers on hand, so you just have to be very careful with allergies. Okay, so the next tip I would give is just refrain from being on technology of your own unless it's like they're napping or something and you don't have anything to do. But like I said, when I put her down for a nap, I'll show you some things that I would definitely recommend doing that will definitely just show that you're responsible and you like want to babysit and you're good at babysitting, and that way they'll ask for you to babysit more often. Okay, so the next tip is just always keep your eye on them and always make sure you know exactly where they are and what they're doing. Okay, so nap time is probably one of the most difficult times, and I know I look like yellow. Okay. Anyway, luckily she wants to go to bed. She's pretty tired because we did go outside. Oh, you good? Okay, so if you are babysitting them from their own house, it's much easier for them to get settled because just of all the stuff that they have. So I would just recommend closing the blinds, if I can figure out how to do it. I'm gonna read you a story. We literally read that book last night.
Yeah.
Okay, we did read it last night, I promise. Okay. So, if I can ever close these blinds. Okay, I think I'm doing it wrong. What the heck? I can't close these. Okay, well, it's not that way. Okay.
Why are you closing that?
So it's dark, so you can sleep, but not too dark. Okay, so I'm just going to read her a story, and usually that just kind of calms them down and just gets them ready for their nap. So one thing I wanted to say that I mentioned before that I was going to talk about was what to do when they're napping. One thing that just like makes a really great babysitter is when you do more than just what you're expected to do, because that'll just show that you're responsible and you really like this job and you want it and you're committed and all that stuff. So if there are multiple kids, then like making lunch for them or making breakfast or dinner, whatever time it is, like a snack for them is always a great thing. And cleaning is one thing. Cleaning is not my favorite thing, but it definitely is worth it when you're babysitting. So like let's take this for example. Okay, so basically she was coloring and she decided, hey, let me take all of the paper off of it. And so it's not that messy, but it is kind of messy, and so I just felt that it was probably smart just to clean it up. So I'm going to clean that up, and also her clothes are all over the place, so I'm just going to kind of clean up her room and a little bit of the kitchen. Okay, so I have Zoe 101 on right now, and I am just finishing up cleaning the kitchen, and now I'm headed upstairs because her clothes are like all over the place because like she took a bath and was doing all this stuff. And she changed into her Lily Pulitzer dress, and now it has Kool-Aid all over it. But we're gonna clean that. I just did sort of like a light cleaning just around the first 2 floors, which was pretty easy. And so I'm just gonna take a little break, watch some TV, and then maybe make a snack. And one other tip I would just say is just to make sure that you're not like digging into things you're not supposed to. Obviously, since it is family, like it's kind of different for me, but still you don't go through people's rooms or any of their personal stuff, and just like make sure that like of what you're allowed to have in the fridge. Like you don't want to eat something that they're planning on having for dinner, something like that. Okay, so one more tip that I just wanted to say is that definitely just do what you're comfortable with and agree to what you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable for watching them at nighttime, or if you're not comfortable for watching like really young babies or like a ton of kids, like more than 2 or 3 kids, just let them know. And you can even recommend like another babysitter or one of your friends that is okay with that. But if you're not comfortable with it, there's no point in like putting yourself through that. And I cannot find any decent lighting. Okay, this is fine. But I just want to put that out there because if you're not comfortable with it, there's no point in doing it. Oh, I had one more tip. Just make sure that like they know who's boss and they know that you're in charge and they have to like listen to you. And also, so I recently started babysitting. There are a few things I would just suggest when you're first starting, so I just wanted to put these out there. So the first one is that it's always good to start with people not only that you know, but also that live nearby, because if anything happens or anything goes wrong, you can go to your house and you can go, usually, most likely your parent will probably be home, a parent will be home, or a guardian or someone at your house if you need any help. That's why it's good to have it close. It's good to have it close because you know where you are, you know your surroundings, and it's just usually people that you know, like neighbors or people that you really know better. And then also, you can obviously work from there if your like friends have people that they want babysat. I would also suggest having a phone or a way to contact, or if you don't have a phone, have like a home phone or just a way to contact them, because that's really important, and you don't necessarily want to leave your kid with someone that can't contact you, because it just, well, like, you would worry about, are they okay? I don't know, because I can't contact them. So babysitting was super easy and super fun. I just followed all of my tips and tricks, and I think if you guys do, it will definitely help you out, and it'll just make it so much easier. And these are all just some of, like, from my opinion, this isn't necessarily like you have to do this. And just some things about technology and snacks and talking to parents and cleaning, and just all this stuff that I think is really helpful when you're babysitting. And like I said, comment down below if you want to see more babysitting videos, because I definitely love doing them and it's just so fun to me. And give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and you want to see more videos like this, and subscribe if you have not already. Thanks for watching.